guys, it's been a while since we've put up a video, so I thought I'd talk a little bit about what's going on in the homestead right now. We've been extremely busy trying to take every free moment we can to plant everything we can. I ordered a whole bunch of stuff over the winter, and it's just been really difficult to get everything in the ground just by myself. The kids got out here and helped this last weekend, and we got this area sheet mulched. We're going to keep sheet mulching here in this direction and just doing rows of plantings. This whole area is going to be an intensely managed food forest. I'm not going to let anything grow above about 7 feet or so, and maybe 8 feet depending on what tree it is. We got some autumn olives out here, jujubes, and then in between, maybe hard to tell, we've got some blackberries planted. Blackberry here, blackberry over there. So basically, you know, a good sized tree, you know, every 10 foot or so with the jujubes. Autumn olives will get pretty tall too. You know, when we're cutting everything down to around 7 or 8 feet, they'll probably be about the same height and everything. In the swale over here, all these big trees, the apples and the peaches and everything, they've all been in for quite some time. Let's see, and we got a little bit of growth down in there on that one. You can see a lot of the others. Here's one down here. I know I'm moving the camera awful fast, but we've got one down here. It's got some good growth up top. You look down in there, it's got a lot of leaves and shoots starting to come up off the main trunk. But every few feet there, we've got you know, we got autumn olives and raspberries. But there's a goji berry. Down the line, there's another autumn olive. Down the line, we got down here, let's see, we got some more raspberries. That right there is a gumi. We got a couple of different cultivars of gumis we've got in going down this direction. And of course the gumis and the autumn olives are nitrogen fixers, so they're going to help put nitrogen in the soil for the other trees and stuff. And then on this other side over here, about every 3 or 4 feet all the way across and ending about right over there, we've got some elderberry. And I've got some more elderberry in the back of the shop that we haven't got out here yet, but we'll eventually get it all out here and get it planted. And that's just kind of going to be on that side. We've had some rain the last couple of days, not a whole lot. I didn't come out here and find the swale full, but you know, we've got a whole lot of material in the swale now. We've got it's grown up quite a bit, and then where I've dug out and kind of chopped some of the grass loose and put the soil back in, I've just thrown all the roots and grass and everything that I've dug up while planting all these other plants into the swale. And it's very, very soggy in there right now, which I'm very happy about. So let's go walk around and see what we got going on elsewhere. One other thing of note, you know, since we still got stuff, you know, waiting to go in the ground, got a whole bunch of blackberry here that's still waiting, a couple autumn olives, got some maypop that doesn't look like it's doing all that awesome, but we're gonna see how that turns out. Just got 2 of them, and then a whole bunch of different currants. I think there's still a gummy in there somewhere, but we've got black currant, pink currant, red currant, and white currant all in there, 3 or 4 of each. So they look like they're ready to go on the ground. I just got to find time to get it done. I'm trying to keep everything here moist and everything, and keep them out of the sun. But we're going to get them in the ground as soon as we can. All right, goat wise, we've been kidding out like crazy. Well, this here's Sherlock. We picked up Sherlock and actually purchased him a couple weeks ago. He's going to be one of our herd sires when he gets a little bigger, and he's a sweet guy. Hey buddy. Yeah. Anyways, kidding out like crazy. This area right here, we've kind of sacrificed to all the boys that we've had, and here's another one right now. We've actually got Elsa in there. One of our does is in this area, and you can see we've got one of her bucks that she had 2 bucks still remaining, but we went ahead and separated them from all the baby girls. They're starting to kind of take an interest in them, even though they're only just a few weeks old. We've got a couple of the females that we had from Echo back in January, and we just don't want to take any chances. And of course, Mealy had her babies. Mealy's the sable colors on it, and I believe that's one of hers right there. And then of course the girls that Echo had back in January, they're pretty good size. They're about 11 or 12 weeks old right now. There's another one over there with the yellow collar on. But everything's going good with all the babies. We got some more in the barn, and we'll go in there and show you those. Right down here at the barn, and we got Regret over there who's feeding one of her little babies. We've got, of course, one of them's right here. The other one's over there feeding. It was a one boy, one girl. I want to say we've had just a hair more boys than girls. Everybody's had two except for Aline. Aline only had one girl, but I want to say that we've had maybe one more boy than girls. We had Elsa and Everready both had twin boys, and Echo had twin girls, and then we've had a couple of others split, one boy, one girl. But we've still got Sue, who is over there in the pen eating, and then Eclair is outside. Oh, there she is. No, I'm sorry, Eclair just walked up to me. That Regret just walked in. But Eclair and Sue, who were our milkers all through the fall and the winter that we were providing our customers with milk with, are the last ones that we bred. And so they're the last ones. They should have their babies sometime here in the next 3 or 4 days, we're hoping. So let's go take a look at the rabbits and see what's going on there. Well, it's been a while since we've talked about our rabbits. Over here in this little hutch over here, we've turned into our California hutch with all the New Zealand's in the main area. But we acquired several Californias over the winter and had our first couple of litters. And of course they're all pedigreed, but we've got these guys here. They're about 3 weeks old, and we've got 5 of them. And then down here I think we got 5 of these guys here that are about 5 or 6 weeks old, so they were born just a little bit earlier. But we're happy with how they turned out, and we're gonna do a few more litters of them this year and see if we want to stick with them or just do New Zealand only. But for now we're gonna go ahead and keep trying it and raise both New Zealands and Californias. I'm gonna try to make this quick down here with the New Zealands, and really don't have a whole lot to say about them as far as like specifics about each rabbit. We've had a whole bunch of litters. We've got a bunch of babies that are between 6 and 8 weeks old, and of course we've got a handful that are in their nest boxes. We've got the reds over here. We got some more whites over here. We got a bunch that are actually growing out, and we're trying to figure out which ones we're going to keep, which ones we're going to take to shows, you know, what we're going to sell. But it's all going really good. We only had a couple that actually missed having babies for us, where we had or the breeding didn't take. For the most part, we had babies, you know, every few days out here from end of January on. And of course we've rebred a lot of them. Got a lot of them that are, you know, we have together there in grow out cages. We got some behind me as well. I'm not going to swing the camera around to try to catch them all. But anyways, if you are interested, if you're in the Northwest Arkansas area or Southwest Missouri, areas like that, Northeast Oklahoma, somewhere close to where we're at, we're in Benton County, Arkansas, and you're interested in purchasing any of our rabbits, all of our New Zealands, we have whites, blacks, reds, and then of course broken varieties of blacks and reds, and of course we have the Californias that you saw a minute ago. They're all pedigreed. We have several that are grand champions, and some come from really good lines. And if you're interested in them, in any at all, please contact us on our Facebook page. I know this is on the Tactical Homesteader channel, but we also have a page on Facebook for our farm. It's called Boxthorn Farm. And if you just search for that, you'll find our page, and Mrs. Tactical Homesteader will be able to help you, be able to let you know what we have for sale, what we have available, and what we got coming up. So, all right, down here we've got a kind of a makeshift cover that I've built. I'm gonna do a separate video on this. I've caught some video where I kind of got started and everything. I built a feeder here with the PVC, let the chickens eat. And I'm going to be putting, you can see I got the concrete blocks set up. I'm going to put 6 of these out here total. I'm going to do all this in a separate video. I just kind of wanted to show you what we're doing out here and let you know that's coming as soon as I get a chance to actually finish that project. The whole idea here was I want to be able to have more feeding spots to reduce the contention among the chickens. Right now we got about 50. The idea is to keep about 100 layers. So I want to have more feeding spots than what we had, keep it dry, and keep us from having to fill it every day. So we'll talk a little bit more about that as we get that project finished. Right down here, this little fenced area, we decided to go ahead and move the brooder out of the garage here a while back and start letting the young chicks, the buffs that I ordered from Meyer Hatchery. I want to say they're about 5 weeks old. Sounds like a good number. You know, they're just now getting feathered out. We still got a lamp in there for them at night, but they got enough greenery out here they can get around for a little while. My intent is to build them a chicken tractor, but with all the planning going on at the front pasture and everything, just don't have time for a chicken tractor right now. But that's actually going to hold me up, because I actually wanted to go ahead and place an order for some more around this time, probably in the next couple of weeks. But I'm going to have to get them out of the brooder box and into a chicken tractor before I do that, because I need the brooder box back in the barn or back in the shop to be able to brood out some more. But they're doing pretty good. You know, we had a few losses there off of you know, the initial order. I want to say we ordered 60, they shipped 62, and we ended up losing 11 when it was all said and done. But we still got the 51 that are left, and they're good and healthy. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap us up. I apologize for the erratic nature of the update here. It wasn't really scripted or planned. I was up there working on the swale in the trees and decided I'd go ahead and grab the camera and do a video here real quick. It's been a while since we put anything on the channel. I promise I'm not trying to abandon you guys. I'm going to try to keep things coming in the near term if I can, but all the planting we've been doing, there's just not a whole lot of video to grab of me just continuing to spend you know, a couple hours a day putting plants in the ground. It's kind of boring and mundane and not a whole lot to talk about. But once we get all that finished and everything, you know, I've got a lot of projects planned with the chickens and a few other things. We're going to be building some chicken tractors. I'm going to be finishing out those feeders, of course, and getting that video to you guys. I'm thinking about putting a kind of a raised bed inside the chicken area with a graded cover on it to be able to grow some greens in there for the chickens to be able to get at periodically and not be able to scratch it down to the ground. A few other things like that we're going to be trying to do this year. So, and then of course later on in the year, I'm not doing a garden right now because I'm having to spend all my time on the plants, the perennial food forest that we got started in the front pasture there. But later this year, I do want to go ahead and start working on the raised beds and everything that are going to be downhill of my shop building, downhill of the water tanks we got for irrigation and everything. So we'll be doing some videos on that as well. All right, I've went too long. Sorry about that. See you guys next time.